SendPost now does automated IP warmups, and I'm wondering how SendPost handles the IP warmup differently than, let's say, someone doing it manually. What's actually happening under the hood when SendPost warms up an IP?
On SendPost, we have built DAX, which is a deliverability agent, which takes care of warming up IPs. And DAX looks at like different signals. So the first bit is like even before a IP is provisioned to a customer, the IPs are pre-warmed. All our IPs have a 45 to 60-day history of like good email sending, where their reputation is high on sort of Google Postmaster, and that we typically build by sort of keeping these IPs in shared pools of extremely good senders. When these IPs are getting allocated to a new sender who's sort of sending from a new domain, right? Trust but verify approach comes in, right? So we have like some of these guardrails. Like if the customer ends up having a higher hard bounces, our system automatically protects both their reputation as well as the infrastructure's reputation. Now, even if the customer sends a higher volume, DAGs will sort of ensure that, okay, it's properly throttling that volume. So under no condition, someone who has scheduled a million volume, it's not going to be sent immediately. DAGs is constantly monitoring these signals, and it's not just monitoring at just the volume level, but it's looking at for every provider, right? Like Gmail or Office 365 or Google Workspace or Microsoft, Yahoo, what's the volume? And it's constantly making adjustments as long as deliverability is beyond a certain threshold and as long as it's constantly improving. The second bit is DAX also looks at specific types of SMTP errors. If it understands that, okay, uh, uh, based on major providers, you are trying to spam, you are hitting spam traps, or you're sending unsolicited email, then it's going to be way more aggressive and it will likely alert our internal team to have a human in the loop just to understand what's happening. The third bit which DAX does is like, especially sometimes customers have to send slightly bigger volume. Let's say they have already warmed their system up to 50K daily sends and they suddenly have to send a volume of 100K. So DAX also has an ability where it can pass over the extra volume to shared pools, or it can take a decision to drop off the extra volume, right? If it can't send. So what it gives is it gives elasticity within the system. So if someone has a spiky behavior, we'll try to send as much volume as we can on those dedicated pools, which are in the auto warm up mode. But if we can't still send, if the capacity of that pool is less, then we can always redirect the further volume on a shared infra, which gives like both protection as well as ability to have slightly higher volume for our system to be able to consume and send higher volume without customer noticing or worrying about it